Hi everyone, Adam here, and this is the 6th tutorial on how to program in Python. So in this video, we are going to be learning about functions and what they do. So you want to open up your Python shell and make a new window. Okay, to define a function, use the def keyword. That's short for define. So let's make a function that converts Celsius to Fahrenheit for all you die-hard Americans out there who don't know anything about the metric system. Or Celsius temperature for that matter. Anyway, so let's say def C to F. And then we'll put two parentheses and a colon. Let's say C equals 25. F equals, this is where we convert the temperature, so let's say C times 9 divided by 5.0 plus 32. Okay, so this converts the temperature to Fahrenheit, and then we'll say print F. And out of the function, out of that indentation, we're going to call the function by saying C to F. We're just calling the function name and then passing any parameters to it, and there aren't any parameters in this list of parameters right here, the two parentheses, so just call the function and then we run that. Nope, we gotta save it at, I don't know, it's a calculator, because that is actually, let's see, yeah, never mind, functions .py. Okay, and that runs, and it says 77.0, which is right. That's 25 degrees Celsius in Fahrenheit. So that can only do one value, but let's pass some values to it. So let's say, let's start with that C equals 25, and say we'll pass C to it. And what that does is you can pass any value to the function. When you call it, you can call like 100, and that will go directly to this, making value of C 100. So let's pass 0 to that function. 32.0, which is the same. Let's pass 100 to 12, the boiling point of water. Okay, so that's how you pass values to a function. You can also return values. So let's say instead of print f, we say return f, and what that does is it makes f become a global variable, which we will talk about later. It makes a global variable that you can use out of that function. So let's say Fahrenheit, weird word to spell. Okay, Fahrenheit equals C2F, passing 100 to the value, and then we will print Fahrenheit there. Okay, let's run that, and it prints the same value out, because what it does is it just skips over the function because it's not really there until you call it. So you call it and you assign the value to a variable. So C2F of 100 is equal to the variable Fahrenheit, and then we print that Fahrenheit as a value. Okay, so now I'll show you about local and global variables, a very brief introduction to them. Let's try to print C right now. So it's a variable here, right? So we should be able to print C. Actually, okay, wait, no. C to F of 100, and then we will print C. Now it says name error, name C is not defined. And that is because the name C is only inside this function. And I told you that functions don't exist until they're called. So that means, and then they disappear after it's done calling the function. So that means that there's really no such thing as C. But if we try to print F, because it says return F, that means it's a global variable, we can print that. Okay, wait, never mind, sorry. See, I don't return values much in function. Okay, so you assign it to a variable. You can assign the value that returns it to a variable. So whatever it returns will be stored in that, and then you can print that value, and it'll work to 12. But you can't print any variables that are inside the function unless you use the global keyword. We'll talk about that later. Okay, let's make a calculator. Okay, so to make a calculator, we have to have 5 or 6 functions. Let's make a function called main, which is the main menu, and we won't pass any parameters to that. So let's say print this program is a calculator. And then we'll say raw input. We learned about that a while ago. Raw input 1 start, or no, sorry, not start. Okay, 1 addition /n 2 subtraction. Okay, that /n, it makes a new line. It's called an escape code. So it makes a new line. It's a backslash followed by any character that means something. So it makes a new line, so it'll be like a menu. And then we'll do /n3 multiplication and /n for division. And then we'll make a little prompt right here, /n and then some arrows. Okay. Okay, and then we'll use what we've learned about if statements. So if, okay, we have to assign this to choice equals that. Okay, so if choice is equal to 1, and then we'll write out all the if statements first. Else if choice equals 2, else if choice equals 3, and else if choice equals 4. There. So we will call or actually wait, no, sorry. We'll say add num1 equals raw input. What is the first number? And a little prompt. Add num2 equals the same thing, except what is the second number? And then we will call add with the values of float, add num1, and float add num2. There. And it'll give us an error to run that, so we have to make a function called add with the values of num1 and num2. The names of the variables, parameters, and what you call doesn't matter. They get different. And then we'll make all our functions. Def subtract num1, num2. Def multiply num1, num2, and def divide num1, num2. There are a lot of other operators that we could use, but I'm just gonna make this quick so you guys can learn. Let's just copy this and put it in this one, and this one, and this one, and then we will change it to subtract num1, subtract num2, and then we'll change that to subtract. This is a lot faster than writing it all out again. For you people who don't like to type, you just copy and paste and then change the variable names. And then multiply num1, multiply num2, and then call multiply with the parameters of multiply num1 and multiply num2. We're using floats for this because if you just use the string value, because when you type in raw input, that just gets a string value unless you convert the raw input, which we're not doing right now, but you have to convert it to a number. And the last one, divide num1, divide num2, call the function divide with these values. Okay, so that was a lot of writing. So let's do a little more. This part will be easy. Then we'll just do print num1 plus num2, and then print num1 minus num2, print num1 times num2, and finally print num1 divided by num2. And then let's make a little space between these because it's easier to see. If someone's reading your code, you want a lot of space so that you can see, because our eyes are very visually our eyes are visual, of course they are. Our eyes are very vertically spatial, so they like to see vertical space in between the functions. So let's run that finally. Uh-oh. Okay. We have to call the main function. We have to call it. So let's say main with no parameters. Okay. Now we run this. This program is a calculator. 1 addition, 2 subtraction, 3 multiplication, 4 division. Let's say addition. What is the first number? 12. What's the second number? 12. And it says 24.0. Let's run it again. Let's do subtraction this time. 12 minus 12 is 0. Run it again. We could do this a lot better by making you not have to run it again each time, but not for now. It's just a simple calculator. 12 times 12 is 144. And last time, division 12 divided by 12 is 1.0. Yes, it is. So you have now just made your first useful program in Python. If this is your first tutorial you've watched, if this is your first